Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander, you. Thank you so much for coming and watching. Today is, of course, Thursday, aka Thursday, July 9th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 37-page document to go through today, so let's get on the road of the show here. Starting us off in 1108, or 118, Hadrian, who became emperor a year previously on Trajan's death, made his entry into Rome. Then, 455, Roman military commander Avitus was proclaimed emperor of the Western Roman Empire. So the elderly noble Avitus was proclaimed Roman emperor by Gothic king Theodoric II in Toulouse. 491, Odoacer made a night assault with his Heruli guardsmen, engaging Theodoric the Great in Ad Pienientum. Both sides suffered heavy losses, but in the end, Theodoric forced Odoacer back into Ravenna. 551, a major earthquake struck Beirut, triggering a devastating tsunami that affected the coastal towns of Byzantine Phoenicia, causing thousands of deaths. 660, Battle of Hwanghae at Nansen, China. A 50,000-strong Silla force led by General Kim Yu-shin annihilated the army of Baekje and killed their leader, General Gayabac. Wow, that's a big army there, 50,000. 695, 18 Rabbit, also known as Yakukmo, ascended to the throne of the important Maya city of Copan and reigned for 43 years. 869, the 8.4 to 9.0 MW Sanriku earthquake struck the area around Senda in northern Honshu, Japan. Induation from the tsunami extended several kilometers inland. What is an induation from a tsunami? Let's look up what an induation is. And while that's happening, I see the loon is joining us. An overwhelming abundance of people or things. Flooding. Okay. So the flooding from the tsunami extended several kilometers inland. That's
huge.
That's wild. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Let's see here. What else do we got? In 969, the Fatimian general Jawahar led the Friday prayer in Fustat in the name of Caliph al-Mu'izz Li din Allah, thereby symbolically completing the Fatimian conquest of Egypt. Okay. 1357, Charles IV, Holy Roman Emperor. Oh, wow, I'm way ahead of the curve here. There we go. Assists laying the foundation stone of Charles Bridge in Prague. So let's look up this bridge here. We'll get to that pink eventually. But now, oh yeah, well here's, maybe this is an artist depiction of them building the bridge or something. I'm not entirely sure what they're standing on. Yeah.
Well, if it's the bridge, they're building something.
There's something going on behind them. I'm not entirely sure what. Prague to host reenactment of Charles Bridge. Okay, so they're reenacting it on the actual bridge, so it looks like it's done. So, what else we got here? 1401, Turco-Mongol ruler Tamerlane, of Timur, his name was Timur or something, destroyed Baghdad, killing 20,000 people.
Jeez.
Yeah. He attacked the Jalairid Sultanate, destroying Baghdad, so killing 20,000 people. 1517, Gildry's crowd robber murdered population of Aspirin. What? That's weird. Here we go. Gildry's crowd robber. Murdered population of Aspirin. A robber murdered an entire town's population? What?
Sense.
What is this one? Brainy history? No, it's not telling me anything. This is going to require some digging or something. I'm not finding anything right off the shoot here. What else we got here? 1536, French navigator Jacques Cartier returned to St. Malo, France, from his exploration of what is now Canada. Oh, exploring Canada there, eh? So what's all that about? 1540, King Henry the Eighth of England annulled his marriage to his fourth wife, Anne of Cleves. Wow, she was of Cleves.
At least he didn't chop her head off, just annulled it.
Yeah. Well, I think this was before he just started beheading things and all that stuff. But then again, he was beheading because he couldn't divorce. Pardon me. So, I'm not sure. He went through a lot of women. I know that, and it was all because he couldn't get a male heir. That's
what he's going for.
They're either
girls.
They're either infertile or they only bore women.
Yeah.
Girls. 1541, Estavio de Gama departed Massawa, leaving behind 400 matchlock men and 150 slaves under his brother Cristavo da Gama, with orders to help the Emperor of Ethiopia defeat Ahmad ibn Ibrahim al-Ghazi, who had invaded his empire. 1553, Battle of Sieverhausen, Saxon's Brunswick alliance, led by Elector Maurice, defeated forces on Margrave Albert Alcanides of Brandenburg Bayreuth in a bloody battle that killed 4,000. Wow. 1572, death of the Gorkum martyrs, Calvinist military. Why can't I read today? Calvinist militant force, the Wachtürgen, the Sea Beggars, capture and hang 19 Catholic priests in Briel.
Oh, geez.
Yikes. So, 19 Catholics suffered martyrdom for their beliefs in the Dutch town of Gorkum. 1609, Emperor Rudolf II granted Bohemian Protestants freedom of religion via letter of majesty. So Bohemia was granted freedom of religion through the letter of majesty by the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II. In 1686, Germany, Sweden, and Spain signed an anti-French League of Augsburg. All right. 1735, Safavid Iran captured Ganja. Ashawan and Ganja, where's the marijuana? From the Ottoman Empire after defeating them in the Battle of Tegevafard. Yep, Toka. 1745, French ships carrying Bonnie Prince Charlie to Scotland. The Du Tillier and the Elizabeth battled HMS Lion, eventually escaping with 107 killed on both sides. So is that in total, like split between the two? And if so, how much one side, how much the other? Or did they both somehow kill exactly 107 on both sides? Which, that'd be wild. So, 1755, the Battle of Fort Duquesne, modern Pittsburgh, French troops repel the British advance. First off, I want to read from the other source of the article before here. French victory in the Battle of Millau allowed them to capture Ghent in the days after. So it actually had some effect beyond just today. Mm-hmm. And going back to this Battle of Fort Duquesne or whatever, the Braddock expedition was soundly defeated by a smaller French and Native American force in an attempt to capture Fort Duquesne in what is now downtown Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yep. 1762, Catherine the Great became Empress of Russia following the coup against her husband, Peter III. Almost sounds like she did it. Like she led the coup. Overthrow her own husband? Yikes. 1763, the Mozart family grand tour of Europe began, lifting the profile of son Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So, yeah, it was because their family did a little road trip, probably because they recognized his talent. They toured him around, as a whole, look at this amazing artist and all that stuff. And that's probably how he got his start. Thank you, Mom and Dad. So, 1776, George Washington ordered the Declaration of Independence to be read out to the members of the Continental Army in Manhattan, while thousands of British troops on Staten Island prepared for the Battle of Long Island. Man, can you imagine being a redcoat back then? And you're just hearing just on the other side of the hill or whatever it is. Maybe you can't even hear it. I don't know, but knowing that they're setting up, it's like, oh shit, it's getting real. 1780, Denmark declared neutrality, joining First League of Armed Neutrality to protect shipping. 1789, French Revolution, the National Assembly renamed itself the National Constituent Assembly and began preparations for a French Constitution. 1790, King Gustav III led Swedish naval forces to victory over the Russian Baltic Fleet during the Second Battle of Svenskund, destroying or capturing 1/3 of the Russian ships and ending the Russo-Swedish War. Dang. It said, the Swedish Navy captured 1/3 of the Russian fleet. That's ridiculous. 1793, the Act Against Slavery in Upper Canada banned the importation of slaves and will free those who are born into slavery after the passage of the Act at 25 years of age. So they have something to look forward to. That's awesome. And see, that kind of rolls in with my Omni license, Like, you have to be 25 to vote, 25 to drink alcohol, 25 to drive a car, 25 to access the internet. It's the everything license, because that's when your brain, generally the human brain finalizes developing at around, 23 to 26, 27 in that range.
Yeah, but how do you get around if you can't drive to your 25?
Public transit.
Not in this city.
Yeah, like where there's a will, there's a way. Make a friend who has a car, I don't know, I got around, I managed. I got legs,
but, doesn't matter.
You can also move,
To where?
Somewhere with better transit options. I don't know. 1795, financier James Swan paid off the $2,024,899 U.S. national debt. Bless your heart, Mr. Swan.
Man,
you know?
no kidding.
And he was actually the first image. That's the only one I could find. And he made it on the thumbnail. That's that guy. It's on the thumbnail. Because as I said, I very rarely put any actual person on the thumbnail intentionally.
Right.
Well, he paid off the debt.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves it. More than deserves it. So, what else do we got here? 1800, Mount Vernon Gardens became site of the first summer theater in the United States. Epic. 7 years later, we have the Second Treaty of Tilsit was signed by France, Russia, and Prussia, ending the War of the Fourth Coalition. 1810, Napoleon annexed the Kingdom of Holland as part of the First French Empire. 1 year after that, explorer David Thompson posted a sign near what is now Sacagawea State Park in Washington State, claiming the Columbia District for the United Kingdom. 4 more years, 1815, Charles Maurice de Talleyrand Périgord took office as the first Prime Minister of France. It's pretty cool. 365 more days later, 1816, Argentina declared independence from Spain at the Congress of Tucumán. Excellent. Like I told you, July is the independence month of the world.
Yeah,
so many countries as such. Mexico's in May, Cinco de Mayo and everything. But Canada Day is July 1st. Ours is July 4th. And there's others on July 4th that we cover. That here we have Argentina. I think we have others today as well. I haven't actually. I should have been keeping count. Anyway, 1816, we got that one. 1821, 470 prominent Cypriots, including Archbishop Caprianos, were executed in response to Cypriot aid to the Greek War of Independence. 1846, Captain John B. Montgomery claimed Yerba Buena, later to be named San Francisco, for the U.S. We also have the territory of the District of Columbia south of the Potomac River, 39 miles squared, or about 100 kilometers squared, was returned to Virginia through an act of Congress. 1850, U.S. President Zachary Taylor died after eating raw fruit, suspected to be cherries, and iced milk. He was succeeded in office by Vice President Millard Fillmore. It's just that it's pure speculation that he died from the cherries.
Yeah.
But it's also believed that maybe it was because of the toxic waters of the Potomac River, maybe actually grew the cherries or whatever it is that he was eating, and he died from that. Maybe it was, the iced milk had some kind of chemical reaction with maybe the cherries were fermented. There's a lot of ways it could have gone, but they know that he was eating something and drinking iced milk. Iced milk actually was his favorite drink. So, and I enjoy it too. So, anyway, yo, what's up, Kaio? How you doing, man? Okay. What else do we got here? Oh, well. Okay. 1850, Persian prophet Bab was executed in Tabriz, Persia. Yo, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Sorry about that.
That's
I
okay.
got some microphone issues.
Freaking microphone. Punch your microphone in the face, dude.
Yes.
1852, fire destroyed 1,100 construction sites in Montreal, Canada. Yikes.
Wow.
1 year after that, Commodore Matthew Perry and 4 U.S. Navy vessels visited Japan to force them to open up to Stadian trade and end their policy of isolation. So I actually have an image of this. So here we have the Japanese on their little, obviously they had larger craft than these, I believe. But we come over here with our steam-paddled, huge metal ships and everything, and they're awestruck. And they wanted to have metal boats, so in a way, us visiting them prompted them to ultimately become what we thought later on in the 1940s. Actually, 90 years later, 1853 to 1940.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Because they saw international trade and everything, because they did, and a lot of people would argue that they still do view themselves as the superior species on Earth. All the Asians do. That's why they all hate each other, and a lot of other people still do to this day. It's a sickness. But regardless, at that time, that's why they were isolationists. They thought they were superior, but they saw that all these inferior people were trading with each other and getting bigger boats, better technology.
Stronger, better.
Yeah, and survival of the fittest. It doesn't matter how superior you are. If you're out-teched, you're out-teched. You know? So, like, then that spurred them on. Like, there's a whole video. I've alluded to this video before that I've talked about. Actually, let me see if I can look this up here. 4th of, damn it, come on. 4th of July, Japan, Pearl Harbor. Let's see if I can find it. That's not it. That's not it. It's some YouTuber. He puts his eyes in his mouth like over various images and everything. Like, I don't remember who he was, but I'll find it later at some point. We got to keep on going. 1860 temperature hit 115 degrees in Fort Scott and 112 in Topeka, Kansas. And I have this.
Showers in Spokane. Spokane.
Temperatures are up there, and it's hot in Topeka.
It's hot in Topeka.
That's enough of Blue God Q Kazoo there. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1863, Confederate General John Hunt Morgan began Morgan's raid, his cavalry raid into Indiana by leading 2,100 men across the Ohio River. That's a lot of men over the Ohio River there.
Ohio.
Yeah. 1863 as well, U.S. Union troops entered Port Hudson, Louisiana, gaining control of the Mississippi River. Yeehaw! 1864, the first British train murder. Bank clerk Thomas Briggs was robbed and killed by German tailor Franz Mueller on the North London Railway. Mueller was later chased to New York, tried, and executed. Yeah, good. 1867, an unsuccessful expedition led by E.D. Young set out to search for Dr. David Livingstone, the Scottish missionary and explorer. He would later be found, though, because we know the quote, Dr. Livingstone, I presume.
Livingston,
Yeah. 1868, Kaio, do you want to read one?
Yeah, let me get to the screen here.
Oh, you're on camera too. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll actually do this. Oh, I see here. Guess so.
There we go.
Now we got
Francis L. Hardzio become the first African American cabinet member in South Carolina as Secretary of State.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of South Carolina, 1860 as well, Louisiana and South Carolina were the last states to ratify the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, guaranteeing civil rights. So that's pretty cool that they did that, and they got that black guy in there too.
Yeah.
In the same day. So that's awesome. Yeah, the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution was ratified, guaranteeing black Stadians full citizenship and all persons in the United States due process of law. Excellent.
Time.
Yeah. 1872, well, there are still 100 years later civil rights.
Yeah.
So the job wasn't done, but hey, it's getting done. 1872, donut cutter patents granted to John Blondell Tomlinson in Maine. So let's take a look at what this donut cutter looks like. What is that? Oh yeah, we got through that. We'll get to Australia here. Yeah, it's nothing remarkable to look at. That's why I didn't have it in the thumbnail or anything. But it cuts the donuts. You can actually see them right there. How that actually spins like that. That's not a mush-in. That's a spinner thing. So that's awesome though. Donuts are delicious. What else do we got here? 1875, the Herzegovina uprising against Ottoman rule began, which would last until 1878 and have far-reaching implications throughout the Balkans. 1877, first Wimbledon Tennis Championship, first official lawn tennis tournament, began featuring men's singles only. So,
the women weren't in.
Not yet. 1878, stadium inventor Henry Tye patented an improved corncob pipe design. So let's do an image search of this really quick. I do have a picture of myself with a Douglas MacArthur corncob pipe.
Yeah.
But this appears to be the patent there. And a corncob pipe is called such because you literally take an empty cob of corn and make a pipe out of it. Like, that's why it looks like it's made of it, because it is. Literally recycling the husk, which is actually really smart. So, too bad it was used for smoking, unless it's cannabis,
True.
Now, Kaio, do you want to read this one here?
Yeah, let me get to the screen. Hold up. Sorry.
All right.
Screen here. Oh, the big section there.
Yeah.
1893, surgeon Danielle Hale Williams performs the first successful open heart surgery when he repairs the torn, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this, periactorum of a knife wound, patient James Cornish, without the use of penicillin of blood transfusion.
Yeah. Penicillin or blood transfusion,
Wow.
and also without anesthesia
Oh, man.
either. So, wow.
Guy's awake?
Apparently, like,
Wow.
I mean, this was 1893.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they give you they splash whiskey on the wound, splash whiskey in your mouth, give you, you know, like a stick or a bullet to bite on, and you know, here's a Bible. Like, pray to God you might see him. Who knows? 1896, William Jennings Bryan delivered his cross of gold speech, advocating bimetallism at the 1896 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. What is bimetallism? It's just weird. So take this look at. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a second. There we go. Also known as bimetallic standard, is a monetary standard in which the value of the monetary unit is defined as equivalent to certain quantities of two metals, creating a fixed rate of exchange between them. In all known historical cases, the metals are gold and silver. Oh yeah, like, you know, we used to do things like that, or I guess in some cases, like, you know, this is a $50 gold coin. There's $50 worth of gold in it.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, you know, well,
Yeah.
Since we're not on a gold standard, maybe the price does change. I don't know. We should be on a gold standard, though.
Well, back in the day, the U.S. government set the gold price, and it never changed. $36 and change. And it was that way for years and years and years. Well, that's not realistic. You know, everything goes up, and the gold's staying the same now. So they had to take it off that standard.
Well, we need to have something tangible, because right now it's just backed by itself, and that's just
True.
the trust and the will of the people
Yeah.
who use it.
Yeah.
You know, if trust falls, it's hard to get it back, especially if there's nothing substantial to back it. We need to have something.
No, you're
You know?
right.
So, but yeah, like, so you've viewers, you saw me put this link in here. This link and all the others that we collect throughout the show will appear in the underbar description below after the live stream. We already have a lot of cool things down there, including unlimited to all things Omni Coalition, our sources, the music in the background, and a few other cool stuff things. Anyway, in 1900, the Commonwealth of Australia was established by the British House of Commons. Ah, happy birthday, Australia! There, hey.
The ninth, yeah.
And let's send the prisoners down there.
Yeah, well, no, they did that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no. Like, just in case, you know, the viewers. I'm not just telling
Oh,
you.
okay.
You know, in case the viewers don't know, Australia, as we know it today, we have United States and by extension France and maybe even Spain to thank, because they only started putting prisoners over in Australia after they lost the colonies in America.
Yeah.
So, what else we got here? 1900, the governor of Shaanxi province in North China ordered the execution of 45 foreign Christian missionaries and local church members, including children. Yeah, you know what I say, they view themselves as superior, so why should they bat an eye about killing children of lesser creatures? 1908, CHU, Christian Historic Union, Dutch political party formed. So let me look that up really quick. So, let's see here. Christian Historical Union. Alright, so there is a wiki. Why can't I click it? There it is. Okay, there we go. If anybody wants to check this out, CHU, I'll just throw this in the links just to have the link, to see I have a link. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. It's a political party of sorts and such. 1910, Kaio, do you want to read one?
Yeah, 1910. Oh gosh. 1910, Walter Brookins, flying a white biplane over Atlantic City, New Jersey, becomes the first to fly an airplane to an altitude of 1 mile, actually reaching 6,175 feet, or 1,169 miles.
No, that's 1.169.
Oh, I didn't see the.
He's not 1,000 miles in the air like in a Wright biplane in 1910. I don't even think that's the air anymore. I think that's space. Like,
I didn't see the period at the.
Yeah,
my
it's a
screen's
decimal.
like so small.
yeah.
Now, I didn't. Obviously, it's a Wright biplane. So
Yeah.
there was Wright planes. They ended up building planes.
Oh, of course.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
they,
no,
they
like-
built a plane and flew it, but I
Yeah.
didn't know they had a company.
Well, once they proved the concept, they were quickly, they were like, hey,
started
let's
manufacturing
make
planes.
money off this. Why not? They got it done.
Sure.
Now mass produced.
I just didn't realize there was such a thing as a Wright plane.
Oh yeah, no, they used the Wright brothers. Their company, I think, was like the only supplier of any aircraft for a while. I know we used the Wright Flyers and such in World War One.
Okay.
So they built stuff in World War One. I strongly
Wow.
believe. Yeah. So
Well, I'm sure they did. Here it is, 1910. That's not very far away. World
yeah,
War One.
4 years. 1914. Speaking of that year, Boston Red Sox purchased future Baseball Hall of Fame slugger Babe Ruth's contract from minor league Baltimore Orioles. So he was an Oriole. Okay.
No, he was with the Boston Red Sox.
Well, then how did they buy his contract from the Baltimore Orioles?
They bought his contract and made him a Red Sox.
Well,
But
yes.
he was with the minor league Baltimore Orioles.
I know. I'm just saying he was an Oriole, not like of the Orioles. Like,
What? An Oreo?
Yeah, like
Oriole.
he's an Oriole, not an Oreo, an Oriole. There's an L in there. Oh. Anyway, 1914 as well. First U.S. duplicate auction bridge championship held in Lake Placid, New York. What is that?
Bridge?
Like,
Card game.
oh, okay. Duplicate auction bridge championship. Oh, okay.
I guess.
What the heck
I
is
don't
that?
know anything about bridge, to tell you the truth.
Auction bridge was the first form of bridge in which players bid to declare a contract in their chosen trump suit or no trumps.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, like, I'm gonna throw this in here. Auction bridge. I swear English is so confusing sometimes. I'm having a stroke trying not to think about, the London Bridge. Who has 5,000, 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, I'm going the wrong way. 1915, Germany surrendered Southwest Africa to the Union of South Africa. So that's interesting. South Africa was a German colony. I didn't realize Germany
didn't
had
know that.
colonies, but they must have. All European powers did. 1916, the first cargo submarine to cross Atlantic arrived in the U.S. from Germany. You know what? That would make sense. 1916, cross the Atlantic, arrived in the U.S. from Germany.
What?
So U.S. wasn't in the war yet. So Germany had a cargo. This was World War One, 1916.
Yeah, I know, I got that.
Well, it's a cargo submarine, so that way they can be under the water to deliver to the U.S. without getting detected by British forces and sunk.
Wow.
That makes sense.
I guess. I didn't know we had any dealings with Germany that late.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, the Coca-Cola company had dealings with Nazi Germany, like, while, like, they were doing the Holocaust, knowing they were doing the Holocaust, actually using Jewish slaves to make Fanta. Like, they couldn't sell Coca-Cola in anywhere Germany was, but they still did business, so they made something new, Fanta, because they already had all the machines there to make the stuff. They just put something else in there, and they kept making money, made a profit. George, the Bush family, George H.W. Prescott Bush, the dad of H.W., worked hand in hand with the Nazis during World War II. Utilized free labor from Jewish concentration camp prisoners. Bayer was born out of Nazi Germany.
Who?
Bayer, the aspirin company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
So yeah, no, there's a lot of shady shit in the world. Like, the more you know, the more you wish you didn't.
Is that submarine? Cargo submarine?
I'm trying to think. U-boat Deutschland in U.S. waters. Yeah. The unarmed German U-boat Deutschland docked in Baltimore, loaded with 750 tons of valuable cargo and seeking to trade for scarce materials needed by German war industries. So they're not even like guaranteed that they're going to unload. They're just coming here to offer to trade for things. So we don't have a thing. We're not dealing with them from the sound of this, but they want to offer a trade because they need materials and everything. Which
What do you bet
is-
we did trade with them and gave them the materials?
Well,
for?
I was gonna say that was gonna be diabolical because if we did trade with them, we're actively assisting the Allies. So, we're sending shipping to Britain.
Yeah.
I mean, Lusitania was sunk in 1914 or something.
We're supposedly neutral, so we can
Yeah.
trade with whoever we want.
Yeah, but we're we're feeding the enemy of our allies.
I get it.
Like
I
like
get
if we
that.
that's even more diabolical. That is holy shit. So anyway, cargo submarine. Go submarine. Let me put this link in the underbar. We gotta get moving. We're a half hour out and just
Wow.
in the 1900s. What else do we got here? 1917, the British battleship HMS Vanguard exploded at Scapa Flow due to an internal explosion caused by faulty cordite, killing 804 crew members. Wow, that's terrible.
What's cordite?
Let me look that up here really quick. Cordite. I think it's like a type of, it's some kind of rock. It's ammunition. It's a family of smokeless propellants developed and produced in Britain since 1889. So like it's basically gunpowder. So, oh, that's not what I wanted to see. I'm trying to find images of the actual ship. Like here it is underwater. Somebody left a flag there, or maybe that's been there. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it's sunk. So yeah. What else we got here? 1918, 101 people were killed and 171 injured in the worst U.S. train wreck in Nashville, Tennessee. An inbound local train collided with an outbound express, making it the deadliest rail accident in U.S. history. Let's not break that record. 1918 as well, U.S. Congress created the Distinguished Service Medal, not to be confused with other countries' decorations of the same name. 22, Johnny Weissmuller swam the 100-meter freestyle in 58.6 seconds, breaking the world swimming record and the minute barrier.
Yeah, he became Tarzan.
Ah, okay. And Tarzan...
The original one.
Yeah, dude, Tarzan is the one Disney character that Disney will not blackface. You know?
Why do you
like,
say
well, they changed Ariel black. They changed the horse from that Little Mermaid black. They blackwashed every character in their entire lineup, but they will not blackwash Tarzan, and we all know why, because they're cowards. Kaio, do you want to read this one here?
Sure. 1926, Chiang Kai-shek appointed to National Revolutionary Supreme Commander in China.
Yeah.
Chiang
Kai-shek.
Now you want to know what's really interesting about that article?
What's that?
Look at the year.
1922.
26.
Oh, 26.
1 century ago.
100 years ago.
1 century ago, yeah, Chiang Kai-shek accepted the post of
Wow.
Commander-in-Chief of the National Revolutionary Army, marking the beginning of the Northern Expedition to unite China under the rule of the nationalist government. We also have General Senor de Cortez, one of the leaders of May 28 coup. Yeah, one of the leaders of the May 28 coup d'etat in Portugal became Minister of Finance. 32, the state of Sao Paulo revolted against the Brazilian federal government, starting the Constitutionalist Revolution. 32, Washington Redskins, which were then the Boston Braves, were formed. And now they're the Braves again, right? Or
Well, no.
now they're the Washingtons? Like, what are they?
Washington.
Senators?
Actually, it's the New England Patriots.
What?
They take the whole and yeah.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
No, the Redskins did not become the Patriots.
No, the Washington Redskins were in Washington. They came from Boston when they were the Boston Braves.
Oh, okay.
And now Boston has a team, but they call it New England to take in the whole area.
Oh, no, I'm wondering, like, are they the Braves again? Because they changed the name because white people can't seem to listen to
No, they're not
the
the Braves
natives.
again.
Okay. Because we had a whole thing yesterday. Like,
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
other day about all that. 32, Yankees Ben Chapman hit 2 inside the park home runs, tying the record. 33, Philadelphia-based NFL team Frankfurt Yellow Jackets was sold and rebranded as the Philadelphia Eagles. 33 as well, construction began on the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. We covered that the other day, didn't we? Like, yesterday or something? Because we looked at this image.
Yeah, you're right.
We've covered this.
That's the other bridge, not the Golden Gate.
The Oakland Bay.
Yes, we did. The Oakland Bay.
We've been over the Oakland Bay and the Golden Gate.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't walk over that one.
No, well, didn't walk over either of them. Well, you and Mom walked over the Golden Gate.
Yes, we did.
No, but
colder than hell too.
34. You know what? I'm gonna give this
I barely
one.
can hear you, by the way.
Oh. Well, let's see here. It's picking me up. You can barely hear us?
Now I can hear you good. For a second, it was kind of fading out.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, we've been having mic issues for a while. Would you care to read this 34 here?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's one hell of a German name.
You've been set up.
Would I do that?
Gosh. None German names are just absolutely trash.
At least it's not Indian.
Oh god. Ding dong ding.
Oh, you don't?
Rush. I can't even pronounce that. I'm sorry. It's just gibberish in my head right now.
Well, Reichsfuger. SS Reichsfuger.
Yeah, well, no, it's you're close though. Reichsfuhrer or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
something.
That guy.
Yeah, Heinrich Himmler. Yeah.
Heinrich Himmler takes command of the German concentration camps. Oh, lovely.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
He is just a sleazeball.
Yep. 37. The silent film archives of Fox Film Corporation were destroyed in the 1937 Fox Vault fire, and that's what this image is. These are all containers. They're film containers. They all got burnt.
Lost a lot of history.
Look at all that. It's gone. Just terrible. And some people would say, it's a conspiracy to erase history, erase old films, so that way we don't have anything, to look back on, so we don't have anything to remember, because everything we know in the world, outside of what we figured out our own selves during our life, everything else is just what we've been told, what's been figured out. So, is it real? Or is it just a unified belief in bullshit?
Who writes the books?
Yep, exactly. 39. A meeting of 6,000 Indians held at the Indian Sports Ground in Johannesburg, South Africa, launched the passive resistance campaign against apartheid and racial policy in South Africa. Good. Excellent. 40. German Evangelical Church protests against the euthanasia programs. I will join them, being against that. 41. Dutch stadium physicist Abraham Pijs was awarded his PhD in the Netherlands 5 days before a Nazi deadline banning Jews from receiving degrees.
Oh, man.
You got in through the skin of your teeth there, bud. 43. You want to take 43 here? The Battle of Kursk?
Yeah, 1943, fifth day of Battle of Kursk, USSR, good old Soviet Union, Operation Katadel, Germans occupy Verktenhopseni. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Close enough, better than me.
Yep. Verkhopenai? I don't know, dude.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad you pronounce it. If you at least try, then you're trying. That's all I ask is for people
A for effort.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you get an E for effort, or E for everyone, I guess. But no.
E for everyone.
I am not for everyone, that's for sure. 43. During World War II, the Allied invasion of Sicily began, leading to the downfall of Mussolini and forcing Hitler to break off the Battle of Kursk. And 44 as well. During World War II, U.S. troops secured Saipan as Japan fell. They brought the Japanese archipelago within range of B-29 raids and causing the downfall of the Tojo government.
Ooh.
But it would last for another year and change.
Yeah.
This is 44, and it in 45. 44 as well. During World War II, we have the continuation war. Finland won the Battle of Tali in Hattala, the largest battle ever fought in Northern Europe. The Red Army withdrew its troops from Hattala and dug into a defensive position, thus ending the Viborg Petrozavansk offensive. Loon's time, except it's 47. Spain votes for Franco monarchy. We covered that yesterday. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. 48, Satchel Paige at the age of 42 debuted in the majors, pitching 2 scoreless innings for Cleveland and St. Louis. 1950, 13.5 inches or 13.15 inches or 33.40 centimeters of
Jeez.
rainfall in New York, Nebraska, or not New York, in York, Nebraska, state 24-hour record. That's a lot. 13.15 inches. That's over a
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of water there. What do we got here in 51, Sir Kaio?
Oh, Truman, huh? U.S. President Henry Truman asked Congress to formally end state of war with Germany.
Well,
Yeah.
that took quite a while, didn't it?
Well, remember a couple days ago we covered in 22. We did the same with Germany,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because we didn't sign the Treaty of Versailles and everything. We stayed out of all that, and then we had to sign our own separate special thing with Germany and other people and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But that wasn't until 22. That was 4 years later. This is
4 years.
this is more than
6 years.
6 years later. So we're getting worse.
45. Yeah, 6 years later.
Wow. 1953, the first helicopter passenger service in New York City. I think we covered that a while ago. Or maybe that's just a misplaced article or something.
We said something about helicopters. I don't remember what it was.
We've covered a few helicopter things. We also have Phillies Robin Roberts ended streak of 28 consecutive complete games. That's unfortunate. 55, Bill Haley and his comments, Rock Around the Clock, topped the Billboard chart as one of the best-selling singles ever.
Bill Haley and his comments.
Yeah, there we go.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
And avoid copyright because I don't want to get sued and I don't have any money even if I get sued. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. Continue this show until broad
What is it, one
daylight.
line? You can tell it's day to put your glad rags on.
What the hell's a glad rag?
Well, your good clothes to go
Oh.
dancing.
Okay.
That was right out of the 50s.
You don't want to know what the first thing I thought of what a glad rag was.
No. Oh, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Okay, I want out of my own head. 1955, E. Frederick Morrow was the first black state executive on U.S. White House staff. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
55, the Russell-Einstein Manifesto was released by Bertrand Russell in London on the need to avoid nuclear war. Yes. Dick Clark in 56, his first appearance as host of the American Bandstand. 56 as well, the 7.7 MW Moragos earthquake shook the Cyclades Island group in the Aegean Sea with a maximum mercalli intensity of 9. Violent. The shaking and the destructive tsunami that followed left 53 people dead. A damaging 7.2 aftershock occurred minutes after the main shock. Wow. Double fuck. Like, Kaio, have you followed anything happening in Venezuela? I heard they got hit by like a couple earthquakes and then he started flooding somewhere. And then that's pretty much the last I really heard about anything. That was days ago, though. Have you heard anything recent? What's going on?
Just the 2 earthquakes back to back after like 40 seconds.
Huh.
Then like I saw a bunch of pictures and buildings just like completely destroyed.
Yeah.
But that's all the videos I've seen. I haven't heard anything about flooding actually, but nothing really new.
Dang. Well, here's something new if you want to read it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
1957, discovery of element 102, nobelium, announced by international team at Nobel Institute of Physics in Stockholm, named after Alfred Nobel.
Yeah. 1958, giant splash caused by the fall of 90 million tons of rock and ice into Lithia Bay, Alaska, washed 1,800 feet of the mountain. And we have an image of that. You can't tell, the quality is crap, but this entire explosion-looking thing, that's water. Like imagine dropping like a rock in your pool, and like the water comes up, onto the side.
Ripple.
That's that.
Yeah.
Onto 1,800 feet up onto a mountain. Like,
Wow.
90 million tons. Now, possibly...
heavy.
Do they just have a picture? Or do they have anything motion on it?
Well, you know what? Let's Let's just see if I can find anything just offhand. This is all Alaska,
Be right back.
1958. Okay, well, this is a short.
In 1958, a wave ran 524 meters up the side of a mountain in Alaska. That is 100 meters taller than the Empire State Building. It was not caused by an underwater earthquake. It was caused by a mountain falling into a bay.
Yeah, so this is all
Six
AI.
people were there when it happened.
Yeah.
2 of them died.
None of
The
these.
other 4 survived something.
None of this is actually
Where's my surfboard?
like. Yeah, you can go alone. But we have a possibly connected thing now. It said that it wasn't caused by an earthquake. It was caused by that all that.
Slide.
Yeah. However, we have a 7.8 MW strike slip earthquake in Alaska caused a landslide that produced a mega tsunami. The run-up from the waves reached 525 meters or 1,722 feet. On the rim of Lithia Bay, 5 people were killed. So this is connected, absolutely connected.
Yeah.
So the earthquake caused a landslide. So it
Yeah.
was caused by an earthquake.
Yeah.
Through the transitive property.
The landslide is just the reaction to the earthquake.
Caught in a landslide. Da, 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 da.
Oh, don't sing.
1961, Portuguese cargo ship Save exploded after catching fire and ramming aground off coast of Mozambique. Over 250 crew members were killed. This is the 3rd day we've covered this. So what's going on? Welcome back. 61, Greece became the first member state to join the European Economic Community by signing the Athens Agreement, which was suspended in 67 during the Greek junta. 62, Andy Warhol's first West Coast gallery exhibition in the Ferus Gallery of Los Angeles. And this is one example.
There you go. It's Campbell's soup stuff.
But this is all different
Apples.
flavors. Old-fashioned vegetable, Scotch broth, tomato beef noodle, dog bean, that's weird. Oyster stew, yuck. Vegetarian vegetable, okay. New England clam chowder, chicken and dumplings, golden mushroom, and cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
Cool. But it wasn't just those. Like, they have like all these. Well, actually, I guess it was. That's all Campbell's. Okay, here we have this lady. We have another example of that lady. These are all a bunch of different wild colors. So it's Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
So the guy
Shows
was
exhibit of his work.
yeah, guy's a lunatic. Is like who is that? Marilyn Monroe, right, or
Yeah,
something?
looks like it.
So, what else do we got here? 1962, Starfish Prime tested the effects of a nuclear test at orbital altitudes. So we weren't just blowing up things on, above, and under the land. We were blowing them up like on the edge of space, and I think in some cases we actually did blow up a couple nukes in space, just to see what it would do. So that way we can understand like what the reaction would be, so we know how to react properly. Sorry, what were you saying, Kaio?
Yeah, they did actually donated bombs in space and end up having like the Northern Lights effect across for a while. Yeah, it's crazy because all the electrons scattering throughout the sky and stuff. It's crazy. I seen a video about it.
Whoa.
That sounds awesome, but in
Yeah.
a terrifying way. The Aurora Borealis at this time of day, at this time of year, localized entirely in your kitchen.
Pretty much.
Do you remember that meme? Steamed
No, I
hams,
do
dude.
not.
You haven't seen steamed hams?
I gotta see a picture of it or a video. I'll probably click in my head.
Okay. Well, remind me to remind you, about hold on a second. Steamed hams, like this. Like, any of this look familiar?
No.
Okay, well, we're going to watch these after the show. Anyway, 1965, John Edrick completed 310 in a cricket test match against New Zealand in 532 minutes, hitting 52 fours and 5 sixes. Okay. 65, Senators Frank Howard tied record with 7 strikeouts in a doubleheader. I should have had Kaio read the cricket, just to see if he'll malfunction. 1968, 15, probably. 15.68 inches or 39.83 centimeters of rainfall in Columbus, Mississippi, as their state 24-hour record. 68, BBC TV broadcast Farewell folk rock band The Seekers' final performance, drawing 10 million viewers. 68, do you want to take 68 here, Kyle?
Sure. The 1968, is that Will or Wilt? I can't
Wilt.
see it.
Chamberlain.
Okay. Wilt Chamberlain becomes the first reigning reigning NBA MVP to be traded the next season when he moves from Philadelphia 76ers to LA Lakers.
Yeah. 1 year after that, Tom Seaver's no-hit bid against the Cubs ended with 1 out in the 9th inning. And 70 in Atlanta, Chief Nokohoma was joined by cousin Chief Round the Horn. Okay, what? This sounds like something you and your brother would make up. I met freaking, I don't know. He was a mascot for the Atlanta Braves. Okay, so now we're chronicling the lives of mascots? What the hell's going on? 71, National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger secretly visited the People's Republic of China to negotiate a détente between the U.S. and China. Secretly, huh? I don't like these covert things. 72, we have the first tour of France by Paul McCartney and Wings. When I first read that, the first tour of France by Paul McCartney, I'm like, what are they doing on bicycles? Like, 72 as well, Kwame Nkrumah was reburied in Norfolk in his native Ghana. All right. 72 as well, Spring Hill Massacre, British snipers shot dead 5 Catholic civilians and wounded 2 others in Spring Hill, Belfast. We have a possible connected here. The ceasefire between the Provisional IRA and the British Army came to an end. Well, because the British, they broke it looks like. 73, the 9th Maccabash Games opened in Tel Aviv, Israel. 74, Pierre Trudeau's Liberal Party won Canadian parliamentary election. Bad times ahead with that stuff. This guy's ugly as all sin. I don't even want him on their screen. 75, the National Assembly of Senegal passed a law that paved the way for a, albeit highly restricted, multi-party system. At least they're starting, though. What do we got here in 1976? If you want to read that.
1976, Uganda asked UN to condemn Israel hostage rescue raid on Entebbe, but it does not.
What a ridiculous request. I mean, one of the few times I'm actually on Israel's side about it. Why would you ask anybody to condemn somebody from conducting a hostage, unless you're the one stupid. Uganda, way to put your own foot in your mouth with that. 77, the Pinochet dictatorship in Chile organized a youth event of Acto de Solidaridad, a ritualized act reminiscent of Francoist Spain. 78, the American Nazi Party held a rally at Market Park, Chicago. Yikes! Wow, that's
78.
Yeah, wow. 78 as well, nearly 100,000 demonstrators marched on Washington, D.C. for the ERA, the Equal Rights Amendment. Okay, that sounds good, but, what else is freaking paperclip to these bills, that does other things.
What's in the fine print?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
In 1979, a car bomb destroyed a Renault owned by famous Nazi hunters Serge and Beat Klarsfeld at their home in France.
Yes.
A note purportedly from Odessa claimed responsibility. So ODESSA, whatever that is. It was an unsuccessful assassination attempt, thank God. Why would you try to kill Nazi hunters unless you're a Nazi, So, 1980, Dutch war criminal Peter Menton.
The Israels are... Oh, no, Nazi hunters. No,
yeah, not the Israels.
Yeah.
No, nothing to do with Israel.
Right.
Dutch war criminal Peter Menton was sentenced to 10 years in prison. That doesn't seem like enough time. He's a war criminal. And you're throwing him in for a decade? No. We also have 7 people died in a stampede to see Pope John Paul II in Brazil. Wow. So you go to see the Pope and you end up meeting God. Well, at least for some of them they ranked up, but I wouldn't want to do that,
No.
That's the first time I want to, I can take my time leveling up in this game, okay? Not everything is a speed run, all right? So,
wow.
Yeah.
The sprint.
Yikes. 1981.
I'm on the fast track to get there.
Well.
Yep.
Yeah. What do we got here in 81? Actually, you can get them both if you want.
Okay. 1980 or first of 1981, Jackson's began a 36 city tour. Oh, like Michael Jackson. Okay.
Like the Jackson 5 and 81, that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And the second 81 here, Nintendo released arcade games Donkey Kong, created by Shigeru Miyamoto in Japan, July 31st in the United States.
yeah, that's when it released over here. So it was a Japan exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one of the original, arcade boxes for it. Good old Donkey Kong, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. DK Death Knight. Although isn't DK something horrible now? I don't know.
I got no idea. I haven't paid attention to games recently, but
Well, I think it's not in the context of games. I don't know.
Uh,
Because I know that Burger King, have it your way. You know, like you know on their commercial, BK, have it your way. Well, at one point in my life, I knew a Crip, of the Crips versus the Bloods.
Oh yeah.
And they have a saying, BK, meaning blood kill.
Ah.
So it's like, yikes, Burger King, you might want to change that.
Wow.
Fuck! You're picking sides that they don't even realize. Oh. 1984, 12th century York Minster damaged in lightning storm. Yikes. Let's see if there's a photo of that. Ooh, look at the roof is gone. It's a small image.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see the God rays. The roof is gone.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, like the roof is
Engine
gone.
collapse.
Like-
Holy cow.
Yeah, well, like fire, lightning, fire.
Churches over there are awesome.
Yeah, they are. But this is the interior. Not supposed to see this.
No.
From the,
nope.
oh, here's a fire. So it's burning through the night or something. Oh wow. Light show 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, well I guess that was the
that
actual
was a
fire.
mess.
No, this is not Notre Dame. This is something else.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. 1985, Colombian drug trafficker Griselda Blanco convicted in New York of manufacturing, smuggling, and distributing cocaine and sentenced to 15 years. That does not sound like enough time. We also have South African police arrest Dutch ANC, the African National Congress member Klaas de Jong. 86 as well, Atlanta's Dale Murphy does not play, ending his consecutive streak at 740. Wow, that's terrible. Attorney General's Commission on Pornography linked hardcore porn to sex crimes. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, at a certain threshold, if you're getting into the crazy shit, it's I literally call it the crazy shit. So now you're getting too deep. So 86 as well, Columbia Records released The Bridge, singer-songwriter Billy Joel's 10th studio album. What else do we got here in 86, Kyle?
86, the New Zealand Parliament passes the homosexual law reform bill, legislating consensual sex between men age 16 and older. That's wonderful.
They gotta raise that up by a couple of years.
At least.
I don't like that. Although they have already passed voting down to 16, so I guess their age of everything is 16.
Are you talking New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Okay.
New Zealand, you can vote at 16. You can probably drink at 16 because they were a British colony and all that stuff. And Germany, you can drink at 15 or something. I mean, hell, they have wine at McDonald's in France.
Yeah.
So, in AO's time, 1987, Colonel Oliver North admitted to shredding Iran-Contra evidence. Why, yikes.
Not good.
And in 87 as well, 1 million South Koreans demonstrated against Chun Doo-hwan regime. 88, Chris Spear hit for the cycle, and Ernest Riles hit the 10,000th home run for the Giants. Nice. 88 as well, Nolan Ryan became the 7th player to win 100 games with 2 teams as the Astros beat the Mets 6-3. Doing a quick search of comments. Do I have any comments? Nope. What else we got here? 1989, 2 bombs exploded in Mecca, killing 1 pilgrim and wounding 16 others. That's unfortunate. 89 as well. This is no longer in either source. Another Wimbledon here. Wimbledon men's tennis. Boris Becker of Germany defeated Swedish Stefan Edberg 6-0, 7-6, 6-4. First, third, and last Wimbledon's title.
Yeah.
What do we got here in 91? This one here.
91. South Africa readmitted to Olympics.
All right.
Okay.
And can you happen to guess why?
Oh, sure.
Well, you know, I know. I'm asking Kyle.
No, I do not.
Apartheid.
What is it?
Apartheid was abolished by then.
Yeah.
Ew.
You remember what apartheid was, right?
I gotta look that up.
It's in South Africa, the segregationalists, like giving no rights to the blacks. You know, they didn't get voting rights.
White ruled country.
Nelson Mandela in prison. You know, like
Yeah, it's segregation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Type.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Well, that was segregation. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, that was mainly states, everything. But this is South Africa,
Yeah.
like where Elon
Yeah.
Musk came from.
Well, it's definitely segregation.
It is segregation, but not segregation as everybody thinks about it. You know, they always, whenever for the
Okay.
most part on a world stage, if anybody thinks of segregation or civil rights or slavery, the first thing they think of is the states. Even though that's been a world thing for
Yeah.
everybody, we're the first on target. So it's weird.
Yeah.
94, 11,000th home run in New York Yankees history, struck by Matt Noakes. Excellent. 94, Sonia O'Sullivan ran a 200-meter world record in 5 minutes, 25.36 seconds. 95, former South African President F.W. de Klerk was accused of knowing about and condoning a dirty tricks campaign waged against the ANC between 1990 and 1994 election in a bid to destabilize the organization. Yeah, this motherfucker, F.W. de Klerk. The de Klerks, they started they were one of the founders of the whole apartheid thing. So he's a founding father, alumni. So he's a scumbag to the scumbaggest. 95, what do we got here? You want to take this one?
95. A Jerry Garcia unexpected final concert with the Grateful Dead takes place. I thought it said peace. It takes place in Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois.
Nice.
Now, do you remember what the Grateful Dead fans are called?
I'm drawing a blank. I have a bit of a deadhead.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
95, yep, 95 as well, and not part of, or no longer on either source. Another Wimbledon men's tennis. Stadium Pete Sampras won his third straight Wimbledon title, defeating Boris Becker of Germany 6-7, 6-2, 6-4, 6-2. We also have the naval church bombing was carried out by the Sri Lanka Air Force, murdering 125 Tamil civilian refugees in a church, bombing a church. What the hell, Naval? Or Sri Lanka, dude? What the hell? 96, Blue, debut album by Leanne Rimes was released, later receiving the Billboard Album of the Year 97. Kind of makes me think that she's part of the Illuminati and everything. 96, U.S. Senate approved 90-cent raise to $4.25 minimum wage. Which, reminds me, Kyle, you want to hear, a really annoying story?
I guess, sure.
I don't remember exactly what job it was. I think it was my first job. But, I had been working there, for X amount of time, so I was due to get a raise. And then around the same time, the California raised the minimum wage from $7.50 to $8 or something, or something like that, and they made that my raise.
Wow,
you
fucks! That is retarded.
You fucks. Technically, it is. You fucks, dude.
Wow,
So,
that is dirty.
Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world, jackass. 1997 as well. Baseball's AAA American Association, formed in 1902, voted to disband. Wow, so 95 years. They lasted a while though.
Mm-hmm.
97 as well. A Fokker 100 from the Brazilian airline TAM launched engineer Fernando Delaria de Moura Campos into 2,400 meters of free fall after an explosion that depressurized the aircraft. Now, I'm not sure if he survived, but I think this is an image of it. Look at that. The side is gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I forgot. I need to turn this on to initiate my tornado machine in the background. Yeah. Yeah, I can't find. I guess that is, yeah, it's terrifying. 99 coming of age film American Pie was released, directed by Paul Weitz, starring Jason Biggs, Eugene Levy, and an ensemble cast. Days of student protests began after Iranian police and hardliners attacked a student dormitory at the University of Tehran. In the year 2000, police fired tear gas at fans during a World Cup qualifying soccer game between Zimbabwe and South Africa, setting off a stampede that kills 12 people in Harare, Zimbabwe. Yeah,
Stupid.
this shit happens at every FIFA game. It's nuts. 2001, the mockumentary The Office, created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant and starring Ricky Gervais and Martin Freeman, premiered on BBC Two in the UK. We also have 2002, the African Union was established in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, as African leaders replaced the Organization of African Unity. South African President Thabo Mbeki served as its first chair. Excellent. What else do we got here? That's all African Union. It's telling me to image search this, so I'm gonna do so. And speaking of images, what is that? Oh, we'll get to that here in a minute. Oh wow, dude, look at that. That's beautiful. So this is the African Union headquarters at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Wow, like Africa is gorgeous. If you look in the right places. So. What else we got here? 2004, the Senate reported on Iraqi WMD, Weapons of Mass Destruction Intelligence, was released by the United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, casting doubt on the rationale for the Iraq War. Hey, what a surprise. So, what do we got here, Kaio? Would you like to read that one?
Sure. Sorry, it's hard for me to read.
I know.
2006, at least 122 people killed after Submarine Cyber Airlines Airbus A310 passenger jet carrying 200 passengers veers off the runway while landing at I'm soon Turkish or Irkutsk airport in Serbia in wet conditions.
Yeah, slid. 2009, Joe Sakic retired after 21 NHL seasons with the Quebec Nordiques and the Colorado Avalanche franchise, finishing with 625 goals and 1,641 points. 2111, South Sudan gained independence and seceded from Sudan. We also have Super Rugby Finals, Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane. Queensland Reds defeated Canterbury Crusaders 18-13 at home for their first Super Rugby title. We also have a rally took place in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to call for fairer elections in the country. 2 years later, Adam Ondra on-sites Caravan au Canada in Switzerland, the second ever on-site of a 9A or 5.14D route. This is rock climbing. So it's some rock climbing route, whatever, that they discovered. Like, somehow I figured it out at one point and put a note there. Otherwise, I would be so lost.
I had no idea.
Yeah. 2014, spokesperson for medical aid for Palestinians claimed that at least 7 children have been killed by Israeli airstrikes. Yeah. Typhoon Ramazan, one of only 3 known Category 5 super typhoons, formed in the South China Sea and went on to kill 151 people. And I'm going to do a quick image search of this, not to look at the destruction, but just to show the map. It went through Manila in the Philippines, hit Hong Kong, Saturday, Sunday. It's like, breaking up over, that's around the Gobi Desert, I think. I don't know where things are in Asia, but I just wanted to show the map and like how it grew, like it passed the Philippines and it just went whoop. Kind of almost looks like it got turned into a weapon. It got supercharged to really hit them hard.
Warm water will do it.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying it was controlled by humans. I mean, if we can see clouds and possibly extend the monsoon season in Vietnam in the 1970s, what the hell do we have in 2025? 26. 2015, Chuck Blazer received a lifetime ban from FIFA and all football-related activity due to corruption. It almost sounds like he was banished by the God Emperor himself. No more football. You are corrupt. 2015 as well, 48 San Diego Comic-Con began until the 12th, including preview of new Star Wars film by J.J. Abrams, which was garbage. So, Wimbledon women's tennis. This is also deleted from either source. Serena Williams defeated Angelique Kerber 7-5, 6-3, equaling Steffi Graf's 22 Grand Slam singles title. It's epic. What do we got here in 2017, Kyle?
Is that Elon Musk?
Yeah, it is Elon Musk, Mr. Chip Your Brain himself.
Good old CEO Elon Musk is the first owner of Tesla's first mass market electric car, the Model 3.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm convincing myself, at least, that, you know, this Tesla automotive thing, it's all to bury Nikola Tesla in Google search. So that way people don't, you know, remember
Really
his
don't.
free energy and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So Elon Musk is, you know, through that, another way, working, you know, for the freaking shadow hand. So, but you want to take the other 2017?
Sure.
Actually, not that one, not that one. Was it that one? Where was I?
I have no idea where you're at.
Neither do I.
Right there.
Oh, I was. Okay. Sorry, it was that one. Okay. I'm stupid.
No worries. No, you're good. Good old 17. That's a good year. English international footballer Wayne Rooney announces he will leave Manchester United after 13 years to rejoin his original club, Everton.
We have hundreds of thousands protest against the Turkish government at a rally in Istanbul, Turkey. Iraq Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi proclaimed victory over Islamic State forces in Mosul. Thai amateur Athletic became the youngest winner in a female professional golf event at 14 years, 4 months and 19 days at Ladies European Thailand Championship. Dude, she deserves golf clap. 2018, bright pink is the world's oldest biological color, according to scientists, produced by tiny cyanobacteria in a 1.1 billion, with a B, year-old marine shale rock from the Takudi Basin in Mauritania. So, you know, we have here, you know, the oldest naturally occurring color is this pink. Coming from that. And if you want to see pink, so we found this cool little place. Look how young I look. And the walls, so, are pretty loud. Until you get into the bathroom, I open the door
That's all
and
pink.
Pink. Whoa. That pink is aggressive. See, like, see how it turned me pink? Like, it got immediately colonized. You know, and then, oh yeah.
Colonized.
Yeah, like, I physically got colonized by the color. You know? But this Tom Scott video, actually, let me throw this in the underbar as well. Tom Scott's pink. He says this pink is so pink that the color range or whatever, like the camera literally cannot pick up the wavelength of pink. It's too pink for our technology to fully broadcast. You know, no, like, and it's only like a 4-minute video actually. So I'll save this to watch later. I'll send this to you, Loon, later. But it's a really interesting video. Tom Scott, a great YouTuber. 2018, Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki and Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed officially ended the No War, No Peace deal made in 2000 in Eritrea's capital, Asmara. And we also have 4 more boys were rescued from Tham Luang Nang Nam Cave, Thailand, after being trapped there with 8 others and their coach for 17 days by monsoon flooding. 4 boys and their coach remain. And I think that they get out the next day or so. Yeah, but they do end up all getting out safely, alive. We also have hedge fund billionaire David Tepper bought Carolina Panthers for an NFL record of $2.275 billion. $2.275 billion. That's ridiculous. Jeremy Hunt was appointed UK Foreign Secretary after Boris Johnson resigned in protest after Theresa May took a softer Brexit stance. U.S. coffee company Starbucks announced it will stop using plastic straws by 2020, reducing the use of more than 1 billion straws a year. Despite that, you know, making, you know, the straws out of that paper that immediately turns pulpy the instant it touches the liquid. God knows what's in that glue that you're sucking up and everything, and it's wrapped in plastic. What? Like,
yeah, you know, shoot themselves right in the foot.
I know, or stupid. Dude, these leftist ideologies, like, nobody stops and thinks for literally 1 nanosecond. Rub 1 brain cell against itself, you know, and you'll realize how stupid it is. People can't even do that. 2019, Indian restaurateur Dosa King P. Ranajobal finally began his life sentence for organizing a murder 15 years after he was convicted. Whoa, that's a good turn there. We also have Northern Ireland MPs, members of Parliament, voted to extend same-sex marriage and make abortion legal to bring it in line with the rest of UK. I don't like that. You know, they need to do their own thing, not follow somebody else. And that's only because, you know, it's Northern Ireland. They still, you know, are owned by the United Kingdom. Not all of Ireland, but just that part. They need to be free. 2020, McGritt versus Oklahoma in a landmark case. U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Congress has not disestablished Oklahoma Indian reserves. Okay. 2021, Death Valley, California hit a temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 54.4 Celsius, one of the highest temperatures ever recorded on Earth.
Wow.
And we do have the highest temperature ever recorded on Earth was in Death Valley.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
It's just down the street from us.
yeah, it is.
Sorta.
Yeah. We also have 2021. June 2021 was declared the hottest June ever on record in the U.S. in 127 years, with an average temperature of 72.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or which is 4.2 degrees above average. Okay. 2022, thousands of Sri Lankan protesters stormed the presidential palace and set the prime minister's house on fire in Colombo, leading to promises that both leaders will resign amid continuing economic turmoil. Yeah, the people are fed up. Fantasy comedy film Barbie 2023, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling and directed by Greta Gerwig, premiered at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. Yeah, I share your feelings, Kyle. I don't give a shit about Barbie, but that just made me think we were in the museum. Yeah. Not the Barbie museum, but but it had a Barbie section.
Yes,
and he wanted me to get in that stupid car.
Pink ass car.
Yeah, pink Barbie.
The only thing you
car.
wouldn't do.
No. 2023, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Chinese economic leaders in 2 days.
Your mic is going out again.
Oh, well, hold on. Does this? Hello, testing 1 2 3.
Yeah, it's a little better now.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. So weird. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, it is.
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. Huh, that's weird. Anyway, 2023, we got that one. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Chinese economic leaders in 2 days of talks in Beijing aimed at stabilizing relations between the world's two biggest economies. All right. 2 years ago, Ariane 6, the European Space Agency's new heavy-lift rocket, blasted off from French Guiana. All right. Well, at some point, we skipped over this guy's breaking into the Queen at one point. Hold on a second. Queen. Let's see here. Here, 82. Michael Fagan broke into Buckingham Palace and entered the Queen's bedroom in Buckingham Palace, London.
Wow.
So this is the rowdy thing. 6:45 a.m. climbed over the railings, briefly entered the stamp room through an open window, used drain pipe to climb onto the roof of ambassador's entrance, accesses office of master of the household through unlocked window, and then went through the picture gallery, the throne room, entered Queen's bedroom at 7:15 a.m. So 6:45, 7:15. He got through all that in a half an hour. Wow.
Quick.
Did they kill him or did they put him in MI6? You know, that's a good question. And at some point, did we cover this as well? Like when Canada split the Nunavut and Northwest Territories? Like.
No, we didn't. No.
Well, 93 here, the Parliament of Canada passed the Nunavut Act, leading to the 1999 creation of Nunavut, dividing the Northwest Territories into Arctic Inuit and subarctic Dene lands based on the plebiscite.
I'd never heard of that. Nunavut.
Yeah.
Nunavut?
Nunavut? I don't know. What's all that about, eh? So, but let's see here. Let's get back to, we're almost done with the show here. I wanted to look up that rocket. So that's where we're at. Okay, this is the rocket here, the last one of its kind. So that's pretty cool. 2024, at least 29 Palestinians were killed in an Israeli missile attack on a displaced persons camp and school in Abasan al-Kabira, Gaza. Why are they bombing a school? Oh well, Hamas is there. Oh, are they really there? Or are they just using that as an excuse to bomb the Palestinians? I don't know. 2025, just this time last year, Earth completed its shortest recorded day due to a slight acceleration in rotation, with July 9th lasting approximately 1.3 to 1.6 milliseconds, less than 24 hours.
Ah!
Remember that one time we covered they had 2 July 4ths or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had a 367 day or something.
I
year,
forget what exactly
or
it was.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
2 July 4th.
But yeah, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Good old Muffin is doing the Muffin dance there. If he wants to do it again, now he's on the big screen. So, yeah. But yeah, these links will be in the underbar as well in about 10 minutes or so. Anyway, for your dose of, what's the code word? Kaio, think of the code word today for the audience to let us know they're still watching in the comments.
Bubbly.
Bubbly. Put bubbly in the comments. Let us know you're still watching.
Good one. I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm AO Xander.
Golden Loon.
And Kaio Baiboshi.
And UVRU, thank you so much for coming in. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! And we are off the air.